Everybody comes in, your grandmother, your father, your mother, your brother, your cousins. They come in so easily, so crazy, so crazy. Everybody comes in, your grandmother, everybody comes in, your grandmother, everybody comes in, your grandmother, everybody comes in, your grandmother.
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes. Those votes were put there a number of hours before the...
Wear a mask like him. Every time you see him, he's got a mask. He could be speaking 200 feet away from me. He shows up with the biggest mask I've ever seen.
It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear word.
They're coming all over the place.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know. Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, "Pigs in a blanket," talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon. Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, "Pigs in a blanket," talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
Oh, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, "No, this is soup from my family." They're so innocent. "This is soup from my family." It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, "No, this is just soup from my family." And then the media says, "This is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people."
They felt pretty comfortable after me, too.
Then I have an Article 2 where I have the right to do whatever I want as president, but I don't even talk about that. We've ended the war on American energy. We were in war. And we've ended the war on beautiful, clean coal, one of our great natural resources. Did you use the word smart? So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Joe. Everybody comes in, your grandmother, your father, your mother, your brother, your cousins. They come in so easily, so crazy, so crazy.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
As far as my relationships with all people, I think I have great relationships with all people. I am the least racist person in this room. As far
after his alleged meeting with the Burmese executives. So this Burmese, they say, pronounce it Burmese, a real beautiful company. $7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
Get your words straight, Jack.
Hello? 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 Anyone home? Is this thing on? Hello? I got shit all over my goddamn... I got a smudge on my glasses. Is anyone there? I can't see. I don't know. I see users in the chat room. I can't read. I don't know what y'all are saying. I see someone with an orange profile picture. Who's that? That's not orange, that's red. Holy shit. God damn it, what the hell? The yellow and the red blend together when my glasses are off to make an orange circle. That's crazy. Anyway, what is poppin', folks? This is Above It Motherfucking All, episode 1232. Cool stuff, cool stuff. What's the shirt? This is Astro Man, Mega Man 8. Astro Man. Love that guy. Alright, y'all. So hopefully everyone's having a good day. I'm having a pretty good day. I've woken. I'm woke. And that's it. That's all I got. But yeah, so we're just chilling in Cedar Rapids. Over here doing a show. Alright. So, hopefully everyone is again having a good day. If you didn't watch yesterday's show, I recommend doing it. I saw Macron was slapped in the face. I saw that. That is amazing. It's just really good stuff. Cedar Rapids. Yeah, I'm quoting Hillary Clinton here. Yes. So how's everyone doing? Morally superior vegetarian. That's me. I'm not really awake yet. Just going through the motions. I can't. Mila's not even here right now. Mila's just astral projecting. They're off exploring the depths of the universe while their fucking physical form is here watching above it all. Yeah, someone slapped the fuck out of Macron. Well, we'll start with that. I got the video right here. Check this out, folks. So, what's this guy's first name? Something shitfuck Macron? I don't know. Emmanuel? More like fucking... I don't know. But yeah, so he got slapped. Bitch motherfucker got on. What?
Oh!
I thought that said pig for a second. How are you gonna do that? I thought that said pig. What the hell? What is PSIG? Pig? Why? I legit, I saw this motherfucker pop out into the foreground, and I'm like, whoa, what the hell? They call them pigs over in France?
Oh!
I mean, like, what the hell? I thought that said, like, fucking geriatric pig. I don't know. What the fuck is going on there? Did this guy run away, though? Did they get caught, or did they run away?
Oh! Oh!
Looks like they ran away, right? Get fucked. Anyway, that's really cool. Get fucked. Not that I endorse, of course. I don't endorse attacking heads of state. But it's pretty cool. So, there you go. That's Emmanuel Macron getting owned. And the pigs came in. I still, like, what is that? Like, seriously, like, what is going on here? Pig. Hello? Oink, oink. Alright. I've been arrested by the PSIG. Well, that sucks. PSIG is pounds per square inch gauged. That's very possible. I feel sorry for that dog. Is there a dog? Oh my god, there is a dog. Doggy. Oh my god, I love the doggy. Anyway, fuck that shit. I don't give a shit about France. I'm just kidding. God bless all my French friends. Nice bait by that person. I love people. I love persons. I love people. That's almost as good as the time you flipped the bird to Bolsonaro. That was pretty cool. Macron. That's good. There you go. I like that. We'll top it off with this.
Dumb people, liberal people.
There you go. Le Sig. JK, I don't know French. Yeah. That's, like JK, that's a stretch. I mean, were you kidding? Are you sure? Bolsonaro. Fucking Bolsonaro. I will never. Jesus Christ. Alright, what's up? Lord of mercy. Y'all start me off in such a good mood. That's the whole point of this program, right? And that's why I do it in the morning, right? Like, all these motherfuckers, like, doing their fucking... You know, like, you ever look into a YouTube show... Right, chat room at like 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Like, look at all these stupid dumb fuck shows. Hey, I'm streaming at 6 p.m., everyone. And everyone goes into the stream chat and they're like, oh, I had such a hard day. Thank you for being here so that I can unwind. Like, you know those messages. You've been there. You probably post that shit all the time. I see you. I hear you. Right? Here in this chat, Y'all motherfuckers don't even have a chance to have a hard day. I'm starting you off on a good day. I swear to God, if I see any of you motherfuckers in a chat room in like 12 hours going like, oh, today was so difficult. Thank you for streaming so that I can ignore me. Like, what the fuck is that shit? No, motherfucker. You come into this chat room, right? And you come into this motherfucking chat room, folks, and you coming out of it like a good ass person. You're like, you got fucking spring in your goddamn step, you know? Today has been so... Oh, I can't believe what I've had to endure on this day. Thank you for streaming a political podcast so that I can watch it and ignore reality. Oh, like, what the hell is the matter with you people? God damn. Anyway, we're going to get into the recap here. We're going to recap the moment. And, going to talk about that shit. Nails ASMR. Okay, so folks, you know how I've been saying I've been growing out my nails for the entirety of the protest? In fact, let me start today's recap with this. Alright, folks, day 48 of protests in Elizabeth City over the police murder of Andrew Brown was yesterday. Pretty good day, I have to say. But before I begin, I want to say, for those of you that have been following all 48 days, I have been doing a little bit of a thing. So I started growing my nails out on, like, you know, a couple days before Andrew Brown was shot. And so I decided when the protest started, I'm going to see how long my nails get. And they're just, then, you know, when they break off, they break off. So this is the current state of my nails. As you can see, I have done no work on them. The ones that are broken look like shit. Look at that one's got a little thing coming out of it. That one looks all fucked up. Look at this one. This one's got like a hair stuck to it. So this is the last nail that I've got. Right? So this is the last nail that I motherfucking got. And it's got like a little crack in it. Folks, it's got a crack in the nail. So I want to be very clear here. That's it. I just wanted to talk about that. So let's talk about the protest yesterday. Yesterday was, again, day 48 of the protest in Elizabeth City over the police assassination of Andrew Brown Jr. And so we started the march at the Public Safety Department, like we often do. And we started it around 5:45 to 6 p.m.-ish. In that range is usually when we start that shit. And so, you know, we had a pretty good amount of people. Really, it seems to me that the amount of people is so, like, it's so interesting. Because some days we've got 10 people. Some days we've got 50 people. And there's really no rhyme or reason to it. I think it's just, like, a matter of people's schedules. And when people come, they usually don't come alone. So, like, they'll, like, bring their whole family. So it's like, if someone's off of work, they're going to bring their fucking kids and their fucking whatever the fuck. And that's, like, 5 more people, right? So we start, and we march through downtown Road Street. This is Road Street. And then we get on Eringhouse Street. And so, again, what we've been doing for the last week or so, and especially since the car attack, I guess that was 2 weeks ago now, we've been trying to have friendly vehicles help block side streets because the police aren't doing it. Now, the police have an excuse. We asked them, hey, why aren't you doing your job? And they responded with, oh, well, we'll only have 19 officers. We can't do our job. My follow-up question was, okay, so why was Officer Parr in the middle of the road blocking the street? And then why did they drive out after the angry racist said that they wanted to hit protesters? You don't need 20 officers to have an officer stand in the middle of the street with their car, right? So, like, that excuse doesn't mean anything. It has no, like, relevance whatsoever. It's just them trying to do a pity party, right? So we have our own cars that we do, and they have been blocking the side streets. So that's been pretty good. It's been beneficial. It's been making us feel safer. And it really does bring together that community solidarity to have people do the police's job for them. It says, fuck the cops, right? We don't need your shit. We don't need you. You can go do your little fucking parade in the front, and we can just do our own thing. So we walk down Eringhouse, and I get to the end of the street. I take a little bit of a pav. This is me chilling in the middle of the street, folks. That's my feet and my legs. That's what I look like. That's at least what I see. You know, I don't know what y'all are seeing right now, but that's what I see. Anyway, so we go from there to the way back. People go into Food Lion, grab some fucking tomatoes or something. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. So, you know, we march back. And again, I really like when the sun is in the shots. I just like, for me, like, you know, the artistic side of me, when I get the sun in the shot, it's just super nice. As you can see, the sun is behind the American flag and the golden arches, the two symbols of America. And so we go down Ehringhaus, past Rhodes Street, and go toward Water Street, which is where the river is, and also where a lot of activities are, the bustling nature of downtown. Water Street also connects with the bridge. And again, I want to remind people, for those of you that don't know, the only detour for that bridge is 30 minutes out of the way. So let's say you live across the bridge. Let's say you work in Elizabeth City and you live in Camden County across the bridge. All right, well, you know, it's going to take you 45 minutes to get home if you don't want to use that bridge, or it's going to take you like 12 minutes to get home if you want to use that bridge. So the idea is we block that motherfucking bridge. So we stand on the intersection, we walk super slowly, super duper slowly, and eventually people just have the idea, let's just stop and see what happens, right? So we stop and then we see what happens. And we occupy the bridge for about 15 minutes, as you can see. You know, we took some pictures. I have some video of that. And so we occupy the bridge for about 15, like borderline on 20 minutes. And then we leave. The traffic was actually backed up to the point where I think I've got some video of it. Let me just like check this. I record a lot of B-roll, folks. Let's see. Hold up. So we were walking down the street, and I didn't I didn't point my camera in that direction, but as you can see here, okay. So as you can see here, this is the bridge that we were at, right over here. And as you can see, we are down the street at this point. And so I look back over there and you can see like the cars finally, like that's the last car right there. The last car of the backed up traffic. So by the time we walked all the way down the street, right, that's how long it took for the cars that were backed up from the traffic to get through. So that was pretty interesting. We had a bunch of people beeping at us. So that was pretty cool. And so, yeah, and then we just, you know, that's by the end of the route. So we went back to the public safety. Overall, the march was about 2 hours. Pretty good, high energy. People had fun. I had fun. I enjoyed it. And there you go. Another successful day protesting the government. All things considered. Now, again, you know, I've got all of my built-in criticisms of, you know, a lot of things going on, but that's not necessarily relevant at this point in time. I want to remind everyone, on Saturday, we are going to be planning a big event on Saturday. If you live in Fayetteville, North Carolina, there is going to be free busing to and back from Elizabeth City. And so I've got like a little poster for that, little graphic that I wanted to show there. So if you live in Fayetteville, North Carolina, you know, here's where you want to go. Get on a bus and come on over, and then you'll go back at around 6 p.m. So on Saturday, what we are planning, and again, if you live anywhere in North Carolina or Virginia, if you're relatively close and you want to pop in for a day, Saturday is going to be the day to do it. So what we're doing on Saturday is we're going to have 2 marches, and we're going to have a rally in between, and we're going to have some energetic speaking moments, and then we're going to fucking shut shit down. So that's going to be the idea. So if you want to come here at any point, Saturday is going to be a good point to do so. We're estimating to getting a couple hundred people out here, and anything, you know, to provide that kind of like, you know, good boost to what's going on. So, and if anyone has any more information, you know, in regards to other transportation, feel free to let me know. But again, I do know that there's going to be free busing from Fayetteville to Elizabeth City and vice versa. So, throwing that out there. And there you go. That's it. That's the recap. And today will be day 49. And tomorrow will be day 50. So there you go. That's a big milestone. And then in 50 more days, we'll have day 100. And that's another big milestone. At that point, you just go for the full year. So This is gonna be like, I'm telling you this right now. Me personally, on a personal level, I am down to protest for 365 days straight with no breaks. I can tell you that there's a couple of other people in Elizabeth City that are down to protest for 365 days with no breaks. Now, I don't mean to sound like the main character here, but I've been one of the only people that comes out every single day. And so again, you don't need to come out every single day. Like, I'll do that, that's fine. But if you want to come out on like Thursdays and Wednesdays and Saturdays, and that's your contribution, great, awesome. Come out whenever the fuck you can. Because really it's about, again, just making there to be a demonstration every single day. That's the idea. Doesn't really matter how many people are there. Doesn't really matter, like, you know, how often you're there. The only thing that matters is that you get there when you can and when you have the ability to do so. That's what matters at the end of the day. So again, don't feel compelled to come out, or don't think, you know, like, oh, I can't come out every day, or I can only come out for an hour. So not like, you know, the marches usually last, again, an hour and a half to 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours. So it's like, if you can only come out for an hour, that's still a pretty big chunk of time. So again, you know, even if you can only come out for 30 minutes, right? Even if, like, you just live down the street and you're in the middle of doing laundry and you want to, like, pop down, march with us, and then go back home on the way back. Anything is better than nothing. And so, again, I just wanted to spread that message of, again, it's all about solidarity, right? Because not everyone can be out every single day. So if you can come out on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, someone else can come out on Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. That creates a good kind of shift situation. So that's all I'm really talking about there. And again, Saturday, bring your friends, bring your kids, bring your grandparents, bring your dogs, provided that they're well trained. And bring your cameras and take some photos, because it's going to get lit, folks. And I'm looking forward to it. So there you go. Mike, thank you for the $20. Super chat with no message. That's always awkward for me. It's like, yep, here's some money. I have nothing to say. Like, but thank you so much. Am I an ANCOM? Would I identify as an anarchist communist? Abso-fucking-lutely. It's the only legitimate political ideology. Everything else is a meme. Yeah, everyone, definitely go check out yesterday's interview with the letter hack. Again, not to be confused with a letter hack. It wasn't working before. No, you're good. You don't have to apologize. I'm just cracking jokes. But yeah, so the letter hack, again, not just any regular old letter hack, but the singular letter hack, did an interview with myself yesterday. A lot of people have told me that I should interview more people, so maybe I'll do that. But yeah, it was pretty good. Definitely worth checking out. You know, there you go. I've got this, like, bug bite on my goddamn leg, and it's, like, kind of stressing me out a little bit. But that's my life. I thought you were off-com. Betrayed. Damn right. Get fucking betrayed, bitch. God, someone called me a dictator on Twitter. This is like some really, like, there was like a force the vote person. Someone said I was a dictator because I didn't think we should force the vote or whatever. It's really funny. I was thinking about doing like an authoritarian character. Do a couple segments where I pretend to be like a fucking like ultra Marxist Leninist. That's what I am, like, every day of the week. I'm a Leninist. Fucking, I love lemons. Have I brushed my hair yet? A little bit. Check this out. A little bit. The knot is smaller than it was before. I love dick and I love taters. Damn right. What's not to love? I am a Marxist Leninist. I like legit do eat lemons whole, like the rind and everything. We got lemonade at the protests once because we went by a lemonade stand, and I ate the like there were like lemon slices in the lemonade, and I ate the slices including the rinds, and people were like, "Why are you eating the rind?" And I was like, "Because it's yummy, like, and it's good for you." Centipedes live in fear. Yeah, fuck those centipedes, bro. They're a bunch of bitches. Mayoist the lemonist. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, I think Mao had some pretty good ideas. You take some of the best ideas, you get rid of some of the worst ideas, and you go from there. The landlord problem. I feel like that's a problem that has a solution. JK, JK. Is there any news I should talk about? Like, oh my God. Let's talk about this one. This is like some like very cringy comic book shit. So, like throwing this out there. So, there was a press conference. The Department of Justice folks, they got him. They have today. We have turned the tables on Dark Side. Let's watch.
After colonial pipelines.
Oh my God! My left fucking goddamn fuck. Holy shit! Lord have mercy. Like, how are you gonna do this to me? All right.
Notification to law enforcement and pursuant to a seizure warrant issued by the United States District Court for the North.
Is there like I think there's like something I can do like. There's like some sort of like fucking. There is like something on OBS that I can use that like duplicates the channel so that it doesn't sound like it's only from the left ear. I'll have to learn that. But anyway.
District of California earlier today, the Department of Justice has found and recaptured the majority of the ransom Colonial paid to the Dark Side Network in the wake of
the fucking Dark Side Network. The motherfucking dark ass, motherfucking side ass, motherfucking network. Okay. So first of all, I've got a question. Like, what does that mean? The money has been recaptured. Also, like to me, that sounds like they just didn't get the money back and they just gave the pipeline other money and said that it was for that. Like, I don't understand. If the ransom was paid in a cryptocurrency, right? It is literally not possible for them to have gotten the money back. So I'm like really interested in this.
Last month's ransomware attack. Ransomware attacks are always unacceptable. But when
I disagree. Personally, I endorse ransomware attacks against oil companies. That's just my opinion.
When they target critical infrastructure, we will spare
a pipeline is not critical infrastructure.
No effort in our response. DarkSide is a ransomware as a service network. That means developers who sell or lease ransomware to use in attacks in return for a fee or a share in the proceeds. DarkSide and its affiliates have been digitally stalking U.S. companies for the better part of last year. And indiscriminately attacking victims that include key players in our nation's critical infrastructure.
Fucking first of all, like, okay, hold up. I'm just throwing this out here, like. Like, okay, so apparently Colonial Pipeline has at least $3 billion of assets. $3 billion. It's a multi-billion-dollar company and the ransom was 4 million. So I want to do some math on that. I want to do a mathematical equation, if you will. So okay, let me do some math here. That seems to be less or about 1%. Like, that seems to be around 1% of their money that was stolen in a ransom by the Dark Side Network. I want to, and also, again, a pipeline is not critical infrastructure. Who gives a flying fuck? This is a multi-billion-dollar company. They are not victims. They are not victims, motherfucker.
Attacking victims
victim.
that include key players in our nation's critical infrastructure. Today, we turned the tables on DarkSide. By going after the entire ecosystem that fuels ransomware and digital extortion attacks, including criminal proceeds in the form of digital currency, we will continue to use all of our tools and all of our resources to increase the cost and the consequences of ransomware attacks and other cyber-enabled attacks.
So I don't understand. What did they do? DOJ to business. Okay, I'm just gonna read this because I didn't read this whole thing yet. Like, I'm just like, what did they do? How did they get the Bitcoin back? How did they capture the Bitcoin? Like, how did they do that? Like, I don't understand. They captured 63.7 Bitcoin. Here's the real kicker. When did this happen? Right? When did this happen? When Bitcoin was like worth double what it is now. And now Bitcoin is worth like half as much. And they didn't even capture all of it. What does that mean? Like, this is embarrassing for the government. What does that mean? U.S. officials said Monday they captured how? Does it say how? Oh my God, because of the declining value. The U.S. seizure in late May amounted to 2.3 million, just over half. That's amazing. Yo, these motherfuckers are so cringy. These motherfuckers. Today we turned the tables on DarkSide. That's so like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? I'm sorry. Like, what the fuck? And so how did they get the Bitcoin back? Did they just like go after DarkSide, like the people who distributed the ransomware? Like there's no possible way that the people who actually got the $4.4 million of Bitcoin, there's no way that those people got their Bitcoin taken from them. That is impossible. So the only like other thing I can see here is that the United States government just like seized assets from like a company, like a parent company of some kind, right? I just don't understand. Like, I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. And to me, it seems like they're just preying on the idea that no one knows how cryptocurrency works. Like, no one knows how it works, right? Like, I am plagued by understanding how crypto works, and therefore like, if I have no idea what Bitcoin is, and I read, like, something that says, U.S. officials said Monday they captured 63 Bitcoin, I'll be like, all right, I guess they captured the Bitcoin. That's all I need to know. They captured it. Like, what the fuck does that mean? They captured the Bitcoin. Like, those are not words that go together in the English language. My Bitcoin got captured. What? Like, I don't know. I just, it sounds very silly to me. Yeah, people can have their Bitcoin taken. That's assuming they give their Bitcoin up. Like, at the end of the day, they have ultimate control over the Bitcoin. Like, if someone just leaves their fucking keys on their computer and the U.S. government, like hacks them back or something and gets their keys or hacks their wallet, sure. But, like, they're not even telling anyone what they're doing. And they're just saying, we captured Bitcoin. To me, it sounds like they just went over to Coinbase and bought some more. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like to me. But I'm just throwing that out there. It's a retweet, folks. Someone shouted me out on the Majority Report about the murder of Andrew Brown. Yeah, I saw that yesterday. Pretty good. Thank you to whoever did that. I appreciate it. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you get your shit stolen from, that's your fault. Like, again, I agree with that. Morally superior vegetarian. Like, if you don't understand, like, I'm sorry. Like, if you fall for ransomware, you're just a bitch. You're a multiple billion-dollar company. Right? How are you going to fucking pay ransom and then cry to Big Daddy government, and then the government's only going to get half your money back and do this big, we've turned the tables on dark side, right? What? Apparently the FBI stole the hacker's private key, so it actually was returned. How did they steal it? How did they do that? Like, is that, like, did they violate, any, like, constitutional rights when they did that? Like, how did they access that information? Or did they just use, like, a search warrant and they found this guy's seed in his drawer somewhere? Like, I'm just like, because, like, Jesus Christ, if you're going to steal millions of dollars of Bitcoin, how are you going to do it like that? You got to hide that shit in your fucking lawn. Like, put that shit fucking 40 fucking feet under your fucking back porch, bro. How are you going to have your fucking seed phrase in your goddamn desk drawer when the fucking cops come in? Like, seriously. Serve your sentence, right? You know, whatever. Come out in 20 years, and you've got, like, and imagine how much that Bitcoin's going to be worth in 20 fucking years, right? Whatever. There was this other case of some dude, and it was some European country, where some dude, like, stole Bitcoin or something. Like, they were, like, a money launderer, and they put all their money into Bitcoin, and then they memorized their, like seed phrase or whatever the fuck. They had it, like, fully committed to memory, and then they deleted all instances of it, like, burned their backup phrases, right? And then they just, like went to jail for, like, 5 years. And I think they're, like, like, to my understanding, I'm pretty sure they're still in jail, but, like, that's badass, right? Someone posting in MR chat as Business Goose claimed credit for the MR shout out. Well, Business Goose, where you at? I haven't seen you in the chat. Thank you, though. It's weird to me that people would, like, enjoy my content without ever speaking to me. That's so strange to me. Like, I view this stream as, like, an interactive community, right? So, like, imagine, like, oh, just gonna go watch Above It All. Okay, this is Andrea talks to the chat. I'm just not going to say anything. Like, who the fuck? Like, what is wrong with you people? It's okay if you're antisocial. That's fine. But still, like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? I love saying, I'm okay with you being antisocial. But what the fuck is wrong with you? He said he used to live in Elizabeth City. Yeah, that's super cool. I'm so intimidating. Am I intimidating? I've had people tell me I'm intimidating. I don't know if, like, I don't see it. I don't see how I'm intimidating. Has Bob been in the chat recently? I haven't seen him lately. Maybe in the last couple days. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm just a crazy person. I'm just a fucked up motherfucker, right? Just beyond fucked up. Ben Burgess is really intimidated. Like, I don't know what it is with that guy. Also, Riolon, why are you bullying Ginny, also known as Guinea, earlier about their username? That was uncool, bro. People are allowed to have funny usernames. Just throwing that out there. I'm parenting right now. Man, that's one long ass motherfucking branch. Holy shit. I have no idea what you're talking about, by the way. Perhaps Ben needs another gentle reminder. I mean, y'all have been, like, reminding this motherfucker on Twitter. Like, I've got, one of my followers has been like fucking sending him like replying to his random tweets, right? Saying like, that's great and you're super cool, but also why are you afraid to debate Andrea? And I'm like, I'm here for it, right? I'm so here for it. So like, feel free to provide Ben Burgess a gentle reminder. And again, I don't want to like make it seem like Ben Burgess is my enemy, right? Like, I'm not like, you know, I enjoy, you know, like, he's not my enemy. Like, I'm just throwing that out there. I'm gonna be honest, I have watched 0 episodes of his show. I gave you the shout out of Majority Report. I don't know who Business Goose is. Hi, Keith. Thanks. You're kind of antisocial, though. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I was just, you know, it was super nice. And I was just like, okay. More people need, like, that's, like, this is, like, how the show grows, right? Is y'all give me the shout-outs on other people's shows, right? Like, who cares if people are in the chat room being naysayers? Like, who gives a fuck? Like, you know, like, I don't care. Like, it's about the numbers. Like, there's always going to be people that hate me for whatever their own personal reasons, right? And so, like, who cares, right? If they're not going to be interested, they're not going to be interested. Boom, right? But there might be other people that are interested. And therefore, it's all about numbers. It's all about getting a majority, at least 51%. That's all you need for it to be worthwhile. I'm only here for the chat. You do a show? I do something. Yo, look at my fucking, like, arm, by the way. Look at that. Jesus. Just kidding. That's the shadow. That's the fucking... Just the shade of the fucking window. Y'all thought that was... It would be a good discussion. I like Ben Burgess disagreeing with him about the Capitol stuff. It's not, like... Okay, I want to be very clear. I do not disagree with Ben Burgess when it comes to January 6th. He is wrong on January 6th. There is no room for disagreement. And that's why I think he's afraid to have the conversation with me. Because he knows that I am not going to hold... if he watched my video, which he said he did. He said that he watched my initial video. And if that is the case, right? If that is the case, he knows that I'm not going to pull any punches. There is no disagreement on January 6th. He is spreading dumb fuck conspiracy theories when it comes to January 6th. And there is nothing like shorter than that. It is not, oh, he's got a bad take. It's, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, do you need help? Like, are you about to, like, join the Church of Scientology? Like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? Like, that's the level of, like, what the hell, you know, that we're dealing with here. And so I want to be very clear about that. What's the debate about? Well, it would be less of a debate in me schooling him on facts and history. That would be like, and also he doesn't understand, like, Ben's, like, general take on fascism is also very problematic, and that's what leads to him engaging in conspiratorial thinking on January 6th, right? So, like, that would be the root cause, right? And again, I've, like, I listened to Ben Burgess on the Michael Brooks show, like, every week when he was on there. I've read one of his books, right? Like, I've listened to him on other shows, right? I haven't listened to any of his own personal podcasts because just I don't have time for that shit anymore. But, like, I know enough about him to know that he should know better. And I also know enough about him to know that he has a very bad take on fascism. Like, just, like, he's always had a bad take on fascism, right? He's always been one of those people that goes, like, I don't agree with, or I don't support Antifa, but, like, I'm against fascism. Like, what does that mean? Like, like, he has those weird, bizarre takes. And so, like, and that's something that I've noticed that has been a problem with him for a while. And so I think that that's what allows him to engage in these conspiracy theories when it comes to January 6th. That's my professional opinion. That being said, again, I still like Ben Burgess. Like, it's okay. Like, if you, like, you know, are not in a position where you need to study, like, the rise of fascism that much, or you don't go outside too much, you don't engage in protest culture, you don't really know much about far-right militant groups. Like, I get it. Right? If you've never read a report on Patriot Front, I get not taking Trump seriously. I get not taking fascism seriously. If you've never been to a protest and you've never seen a Proud Boy like punch the shit out of a counter protester, and then the counter protesters attack the Proud Boy, and then the police beat the shit out of counter protesters, if you've never seen that with your own two eyes, I understand not taking January 6th seriously, right? But when you're someone who's actually in the real world, when you actually participate in society as it is constituted and not in a fantasy world of, you know, the internet, right, and where you live in a secluded bubble, then, you know, again, you're going to see what happened on January 6th in a completely different fashion. Right, and that's where I'm at. Like, I've been to protests where Proud Boys beat the shit out of people. I've seen, like, people get punched in the face with blood spurt out of their mouth, you know, in these kind of instances. I've seen Proud Boys engage and, like, work with police to, like, beat the shit out of protesters. I have seen that all with my own two eyes, right? I follow these far-right militant groups. I know what they say online. I have gotten death threats online by these people, and I do, honestly, ever since these protests, especially, on a daily fucking basis, right? So I am very, 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 very much so, at least a lot closer compared to Ben Burgess. I am very much so participating in reality as it is constituted in regards to these groups. Whereas there's a lot of online podcasters that don't leave their fucking house, and they don't go to protests, and they don't talk to protesters, and they know nothing. And that's one of my problems with online leftist podcasters in general. Deadman, he was doing that. That was his initial reasoning. But then I pushed him, and myself and other people pushed him a little bit to try to get more of his, like, bad takes out. Because his initial thing was the liberals think it's bad, so, or you know, that was his initial take, and then people pushed on him, and then he posted the other stupider shit. Like, it was like the pushback on that take that made him say no one was killed, right? And so, like, that's really, you know, that's why you always push people, because you always want to get their fullest take on something. People like to pretend that nothing catastrophic happens, so that means it's being overblown and mocking congresswomen who get death threats anyway. I don't understand how, if you are a public person, you get death threats all the time, right? Like, I don't see why you would take death threats any less seriously if it's against a sitting member of Congress, let alone the furthest left member of Congress, at least in public perception. But yeah, that, like, back to what I was saying before, that's one of my problems with podcasters, is a lot of podcasters come into the podcast world from, like, you know, being college kids, right? From being fucking, like, you know, people that are on the internet all day. And that's great, and it's fine when they have good takes and that kind of stuff. But, like, again, how many podcasters do you, and that's not to say that I'm better than anyone else, of course I am, but I'm not trying to say that. You can infer that. I'm not saying that, but you can infer that to any possible direction you want. But how many podcasters do you know actually go to protests? How many podcasters do you know that actually do activism? And also, I just want to say, podcasting can be activism. Like, especially if you're constantly promoting activists and protesters and protests, right? Like, if you do that, that's your own form of activism, and that's great. But you as a person do not have that, you know, front-hand information that people that are out on the streets have, right? And so I'm not trying to say that, you know, but a lot of podcasters know their place, but a lot of them don't, and that's my problem. It's a lot of podcasters will make these bizarre statements, like, especially when it comes to Antifa, right? A lot of, like, left-wing, ostensibly left-wing podcasters will make these, like, bizarre claims about, oh, I don't necessarily support Antifa. What does that mean? Like, when you say that, what the fuck does that mean? It means that you've never spoken to someone who's been on the street ever in your entire life. That's what that means to me. You know what I mean? And again, I'm just like, you know, that's the whole reason I started a podcast. It was because I actually have protest experience, and I thought that gave me a unique perspective. Right? Give Andrea an argument? And again, okay, the liberals focusing on Marjorie Taylor Greene, great, right? Like, it's cringy, right? But it's a good start. But you know what the real problem of January 6th was? The police opened the door. That's the problem. Anyone who tries to say that the problem is anything else, right? There's a situation where there's a lot of problems, right? But I'm just saying the most important takeaway from January 6th is, one, there are off-duty, actively, like, serving in law enforcement, but off-duty that day, that were breaching the Capitol. Ex-law enforcement that breached the Capitol. Ex-military that breached the Capitol. And the active on-duty police let them in. That is the main fucking problem. Right? And so, like, you didn't see Ben Burgess go on Twitter and say, the liberals are so misguided. It's not Marjorie Taylor Greene who's the problem, which she is a problem, absolutely. Right? But if you want to do this whole I hate liberals thing, Marjorie Taylor Greene is great. I love her. But the real problem was the police. But Ben Burgess didn't say that. He just went back into no one actually died or something. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Like, the problem with January 6th, right, were the police, right? The liberals doing these fucking medal ceremonies. Oh, the officers who survived. Like, that's cringy. I'm sorry, that's cringy. Like, fuck those cops. Fuck that, like, what was that cop? Like, Eugene something? Fuck him. He's a bitch. He's a fucking loser. Fuck them cops. And doing this expansion of Capitol Police is also ridiculous. That being said, the expansion... I'm just ranting and raving right now. I'm sorry. Just bear with me. This is another, like, you know, I'm just ranting and raving for no particular reason. But, like, the expansion of the Capitol Police is not, like, as big of a deal as a lot of people also make it out. Like, you know, don't storm the Capitol. Like, the Capitol Police are garbage, but their jurisdiction is fairly limited, in my experience. Now, that being said, I've had Capitol Police be obnoxious, right? And I'm sure giving them money is going to make them more obnoxious, right? But again, like, I find that so many people have horrible takes on January 6th. Like, I can't, like, there's, like, no, like a group that exists that I can find that has, like, an actual, like, real take on January 6th that's not at least somewhat cringy. Planning and response, absolutely. That's absolutely a part of it. Again, if my bitch ass, some stupid ass, dumb fuck, shit for brain streamer, right, fucking sitting in her bedroom, knew on the morning of January 6th, hey, I'm gonna stream all day because shit's probably gonna go down. If I knew that, you're telling me the entirety of law enforcement, the FBI, Capitol Police, the National... You're telling me all of those agencies combined couldn't figure it out? What? You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, like, and that's the thing, is that is absolutely complicit. What was that? Okay. Sorry for that. Noise. But apparently, okay, so they're using a helicopter to try to dust the... Oh, Lord. I see. God, that's so cringy. These motherfuckers are so cringy. See, okay, I want to be very clear with y'all. Right? I'm going to be very clear with y'all. And again, I'm not trying to say this as like on a personal level. Max is not missing. He's behind me. On a personal level, and right? And on a propagandist level, both of them, there is no good cop. I don't care about cops acting nice in the moment. That is irrelevant to me. Right? So I don't care if that dumb fuck cop, like, you know, saved the day at that specific moment in time. Great. Let's look at their career and see how many people's lives they ruined. You know what I think? You know what I mean? I disagree. Morally superior vegetarian. They let them the fuck in. Like, again, like, I went, like, last year, at this time, right? They built fences. They had tear gas. They had fucking pepper balls. People lost their eyes at Black Lives Matter protests outside the White House and near Congress. They didn't even get fucking, like, anywhere close to any of those buildings. Right? When it's black people, all of a sudden we got the riot gear out the wazoo. We got fucking all this shit for days. But when it's a Trump protest, how did they get that close to the Congress? That's letting them in. Like, how did they not, like, you know, block them, like, when they started marching? When Trump said, we're going to march to the Capitol, how did they not start gearing up and blocking them? How did they not create a perimeter? That is letting them in. Now, if you want to say that some individual police officers were overwhelmed at that specific moment in time because of the lack of preparation, whatever, sure. But the whole situation occurring in the way that it did is complicity. It is letting them in. It was a joke. Okay. Andrew shouted at me. Damn right I shouted at you. Those decisions were made upstream. Absolutely. Which goes even further, bolsters my point of all cops are garbage. You don't work for Capitol Police or you don't become a cop if you're a good person. Like, just throwing that out there. I don't think it's a semantic difference. But maybe it is. Maybe I'm just being edgy. I am an edgelord after all. I just hit that coffee cup against my fucking tooth. God damn it. Was that visible on stream? Did you see that? Rewind to go check it out because I'm sure it's really funny. God damn. Lord, that motherfucker. Oh. Hitting your tooth with... I mean, my tooth is, like, fucked up. Like, it extends outward. Right? So it's, like, sometimes I forget that it does that. Right? Because I got fucked up teeth. Y'all know this. Like, check that out. Right? Look at that. See, this, like, just one sticks out a little bit. It's weird. It's strange. Why is it doing that? I don't know. But yeah, how are y'all doing today? Like, I'm gonna enter the wrapping up segment of the stream. Like, what's up, y'all? Talk to me. Does anyone have any comments, questions, concerns, statements, inquiries, quandaries? Has anyone posted anything interesting in the chat? Pretty good messages, pretty good comments, I have to say. Wow. Yeah, I saw that. AMC is going back up. I saw GameStop had a little bit of a bump too. That's really funny. Unfortunately, all my crypto coins are in the dumps. I'm gonna cry. Max is right here. Max! Max! Look at it, he's right there. Max the dog. Look, he's so old. He's so old. Look at this. Look at the puppy. Look at the puppy. Look at the puppy dog. Look at him. He's so puppy. Did he really do that, Sophia? Holy shit. That's crazy. Look at this goddamn dog. Max, that's my hat. You threw it on the floor. I'm gonna cry, dude. I'm gonna fucking cry right now. How far can he make it with the hat on? Look at it. Oh, there you go. No. God fucking damn it, dude. Alright, let's read the chat. You voted for Lee Carter! Amazing. You know, Lee Carter was born in Elizabeth City. You have such an adorable dog. I agree. Biden's DOJ is defending Trump's rape case. What on God's green earth? Oh, y'all, remember how I fucked my toe up? No, it's fine now. Oh my God. Mike, $20. I enjoy your content, but I have to go to work right now. Later. Thank you so much. I'm gonna cry. Oh my God. Yo, look at my fucking hair. Holy shit. How the hell? Yeah, I took like a fucking 40-minute shower the other day and got most of the knot out. But there's still some left. Woo! Check my cell phone. I'm just using Twitter on my phone. This is like the level of meta that this is. I could just use it on my computer. My computer's like right there. Right? But I'm on my phone instead. I mean, I got a new phone, right? Like, look at this. This is like, this phone is still less than a month old. Right? I got a new ass motherfucking phone. So? I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, I think this is going to be the end of my show. So again, thank you all for watching. I'm afraid not at the moment. Choking on ashes. But, keywords at the moment. But y'all, I will see y'all later. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. And if you need anything from me, don't ask because I don't want to talk to you. No, I'm just kidding. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, leaders and fighters for freedom and liberty and the American dream, the best is yet to come.
Everybody comes in your grandmother, your father. Everybody comes in your grandmother. 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 Your
They felt pretty comfortable after day two. They felt pretty comfortable after day two.
But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it, and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police.
Unbelievable.
Antifa exists.